This is a review of the drama The World Between Us, 我们与恶的距离. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares their thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 我们与恶的距离, The World Between Us, is produced in Taiwan and it aired earlier this year around March. And also it's an HBO Asian production. And I've actually watched this drama a long time ago. And I kind of forgot about it. It is actually because the drama is too good. It is a very difficult drama to look at because it talks about things that are very, 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 very difficult. Maybe the psychology of human, I just naturally orient towards lighter stuff, happier stuff that I think I can mull over and talk about for a long time and not really having any suffer on my end. I think that's why I watched it and I didn't talk about it and I kind of just put it in the back burner. And right now the period is like no good drama is really going on right now, and I was suddenly remembered I forgot to talk about this drama. This is one of the best ever. I really need to talk about it. So this is that review. So in this review, I'm gonna talk about my opinion about the script, the acting, technical aspects, and probably most importantly, what this drama is doing, like what it's looking at, and the theme of the drama. I don't think anyone I've known in the review sort of world has anything bad to say about it. Everybody's like, wow, we didn't see this one coming. This is so well written. If you haven't seen this drama, the quick synopsis is basically it focuses on a very big and tragic event, which is a mass shooter, indiscriminating killing happening in this fictional sort of, setup. And it affects the victims and also affects the perpetrator's family. So it's really looking at the people who are seriously affected by this event. Just thinking about that premises and how much shit can happen. And I think this type of topic will hit home much harder to certain people, population, nationality in the world than others. Just because certain events seem to be happening more, right, in certain places. And I think for most people who haven't actually experienced these things personally, it is still extremely difficult and scary and troubling to look at if you have enough, normal amount of human empathy. It's just not light. So this drama is not lighthearted. It's really not entertainment. If you haven't seen this drama, you're interested in this type of topics and you think it's actually not gonna cause a lot of mental stress for you, definitely worth checking out because it's really one of the best dramas. I wouldn't say one of the best Chinese language drama I've seen in 2019. Over the weekend, the lead actress Jia Jingwen got her Golden Bell, Best Actress, for her performance in this drama. Also, Zheng Peizi, who played one supporting female role in this drama, also got Best Supporting Actress. This drama also got Golden Bell's Director's Award. It also got the Best Dramatic Series, I think. Got a lot of awards, absolutely deserving it. I am so happy. I'll just talk about the technical aspects. 10 episodes, each episode 55 minutes. At a budget that's very reasonable. It's not even high in any standard. The whole thing was just under 10 million RMB. Not extremely unreasonably low, but it's not high in today's standard, because it's contemporary drama, so it tends to be cheaper than period drama, but still, it's a very reasonable budget. But I think they've outperformed that budget. It does feel like a much more expensive drama when you look at the quality of all the technical aspects. A lot of the shots are actually handheld in this drama, and it gives you that almost like documentary feeling because it is talking about very realistic, terrible things, but not romanticized version. I think it's trying to get across that sense of it's very real. That cinematography style really gives you that visceral sense, but it's not distracting because a lot of times you come across a lot of handheld when it's not well done. It's actually distracting. For this drama, it is not. When I look at the budget, I was like, wow, it only costs that much money? I thought it would be much more expensive. It gives you that illusion that it's actually much more expensive to produce. Then in terms of the script, it is really a solid, well-written script. I mean, it's only 10 episodes. There's no drag in any way. Everything is so well-paced, and all the characters come to life very quickly. As soon as you go into watching this drama, you clearly, this is one of those dramas, right? As soon as you start watching it, you see what everyone is about. What is particular role, or almost like archetypical role in certain events. What's their purpose? What is the thing that they want most? What is the thing that they don't want most? And everybody has very different point of views in the big events. You just see the conflict coming, right? A mile out. And you're like, okay, that's gonna go down really bad. Oh my god, that's gonna be an epic showdown. As soon as you see the drama, you kind of already see what is heading towards you, and it's exciting. In terms of dramatic storytelling, it's exciting, but also you know it's very difficult topic, so you're excited and you're kind of scared to see what's gonna go down, but then you're also anticipating the brilliant acting and heightened dramatic tension to happen, and this script gives you so many of those moments. So in the story, you have, I would say, 4 major roles. You have the leading character, female character, played by Jia Jingwen, who is a very professional woman who works at a TV channel, who is in charge of news. That sort of cutthroat environment and of her very high-stress job. And then she is one of the victims' mother. So she lost her child in the shooting in the theater, and she is also partially to blame for that. And you go into the drama with this already happened and how it has already started to affect her life, her professional life. Her relationship with the husband becomes extremely strained, and then also the relationship with the daughter. And that's just like difficult. Everything is difficult, and she also had alcoholic problems, but it's not done in a way that makes you feel it's so cliche. Her performance is so beautiful that it really pulls you in. She become one of the majors of a role that I'd say audience would identify with as a point of view character. And then you have the sister of the shooter, who is the other major female, I'd say, role. And unfortunately, she is a rookie reporter who just happened to work in the same freaking TV channel with Jia Jingwen's role. I just see that, like, you know, everybody, I think from the first episode when they see this, and it's like, okay, we're looking at a big conflict happening, and it's gonna be heart-wrenching because of her brother's doing. How that affected her personal life, the fact that she has to change her name, that her parents are like hiding like rats. Then you have a lawyer played by Wu Kangren. I haven't really seen much of stuff that he's in, but I love Autumn's Concerto, which is 下一站幸福, which he played a very important role in that drama. Very good impression, and he's done such a good job in this drama, playing a lawyer who is defending the mass shooter. And he always takes on those difficult cases that he defends people who the whole society consider to be human garbage. Get rid of him. Why do you even bother? These people don't deserve to be represented. You know, so he takes on the most difficult sort of cases, and that affects him and his relationship with the wife and their coming child. So that's a really difficult situation for a character to go through as well. Then you have the landlady of our rookie reporter, who happens to have a brother who has really serious mental problems because of some things that he's gone through. So you have those sort of 4 major people and their storyline interwoven, and everybody really has to deal with the most challenging and difficult things in their life in this drama within the very short frame of 10 episodes, and then how that affects everybody in their life, and how those peripheral people also get affected and have to deal with difficult situations. So this drama is just filled with impossibly difficult situations for everyone to deal with. Therefore, not lighthearted entertainment in any way, but extremely satisfying to watch as a drama. And I think all those roles are so well written and very well acted. You really feel like this drama is bigger and longer than 10 episodes while you're watching it. Feel like every minute you've invested in it is worth it. I honestly haven't felt this for any Chinese language drama for a very long time. Even the ones that I've loved most, I have to admit that they often contain large chunks of it that doesn't need to exist. That makes you feel you wasted your life watching them. This drama doesn't. This drama really just every scene and every episode is like, okay, I'm going for a very difficult jog, and at the end of the episode you're like, okay, the next one. Now obviously I've already kind of talked about the acting, but acting is really, really beautiful in this drama. I mean, I wouldn't say everyone is like perfect, especially when it comes to more supporting roles. But the main lead roles, they all play their roles like they're the pillar of this storytelling, and they all stood very strong. I can almost feel as you're watching it that the actors are so happy. Not because they're happy about the terrible story, but happy about that they got those roles. And it's just like so many good moments, right? Like for an actor and actress, that's just like gold. And finally, it's the things that this drama deals with that are difficult. The couple of major things that it keeps churning at and keeps firing its bullet at and trying to get at it. First, obviously, is the indiscriminating killing, how that affects people, the victims, the people who loses their friends, family, and also the killer's family, how that get affected. But very soon that turns into how media decides to spin stories. It focuses on how traditional media, such as TV, also how social media tries to spin these stories and what are the voices in it. You look at internet trolling, bullying, social justice warriors, all those things, right, play into this story. So there's a huge part, and not to mention our lead female role is also herself a victim, but also a person who is actually working in news. And there are many times those things come up, right? Whether you work for ratings, for amount of clicks, do you sacrifice the moral responsibility for the numbers? And these are just never easy and black and white question, and this drama keeps looking at those things because these occasions just arises in this storytelling many times. It also looks at mental health, which is the landlady and her brother's line. It doesn't just shy away and look at it for one moment and go away. It keeps coming back. And the lawyer's role, that's his storyline, is mostly to deal with representing the most vicious, worst people that the society judges. He cares more about the truth. Why do people like who do crazy and horrible things do the things? As a society, do we have the responsibility of actually finding out what is the reason why it happened, and so we can stop it? So he put that on his shoulder. When you're watching this drama, especially in China, you see a lot of like live comments, and there's always two different sort of types of comments flashing across the screen when his role comes up and deals with those very difficult things. One side would always say, he's being a holy bitch. You know, like some people are just garbage. They don't deserve any kindness or any understanding, and we should just get rid of them and our world will become a better place. And if you fight for them, you're stupid. And then there's always the other voice. Why the law is the way it is. Why everyone has the right to be represented by a lawyer and need to be defended. All that. Not easy topic either, and his role also keeps coming back at this topic. So this drama just contains so many difficult, bloody issues to deal with within a very short frame of 10 episodes, and it has done a brilliant job. It doesn't necessarily provide you with answers, because I think with these questions, there will never be a simple black and white, easy answer in any sense. It breaks down these topics and it shows you from as many different angles as possible and in many different ways as possible, in the way it's so well depicted and well developed and well put together. And that's such a great achievement. Really, there is no other drama like this one I've seen this year, any year really I can remember since I started this channel. I look at this great drama coming from Taiwan, and obviously I'm from mainland. I'm like, I wish something, you know, even just close to this level of script and storytelling can happen. These days in mainland, the dramas you see, most of them, no, actually none of them actually has any edge, right? Like the sticking point, the spike that makes people uncomfortable, the things that question at the darkness of humanity. And in a way, censorship wants the representation of this world to be mostly rainbow and unicorns. But that's not really true. And anything that's like stepping out of the line too edgy is just not gonna be allowed to be made. Everything in mainland China, the drama, I would describe, even the ones that are really well made, are mostly like being put into a very highly decorative, expensive, made with good, expensive wood carved box. And you open it and the stuff inside worth less than the box itself. And whatever lies inside will have a very pretty and smooth surface that's kind of being sanded down with the culture sandpaper to make it perfect and rounded and beautiful. Anything that's spiky, anything that's difficult, anything that is dark and potentially excites people's questioning about if they live in the perfect world, let's just say, is not gonna be in the box. That's what mainland dramas are like these days. Not so high quality, not so highly nutritious content wrapped up in very beautiful packaging. And The World Between Us is totally a different thing. And also, final thing is, the funny thing about the translation of the title in Chinese, it's 我们与恶的距离, literally means the distance between us and evil. Whereas the English title is The World Between Us. The English title is so much lighter. Yes, it's talking about how different sort of viewpoints of the same issue can be that different, and how there's almost this chasm between different people, and how it's almost impossible to look at other people with the understanding as if you understand yourself. The English title is a more romantic, or uplifting, almost more poetic way of translating the Chinese title, which is just like, what is the distance between us and evil? I would say the Chinese title is actually more accurate, because it is looking at, for all the roles, they have that distance with evil. Like, sometimes it's so close, sometimes it will be so easy for everyone to do the horrible things. And then there's one thing I forgot to talk about, which is the ending of the drama. I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the last episode, it starts to give you this sort of, I won't say mellow, but everyone's difficulty kind of get resolved in the positive sense. Some people might say that is too idealistic, and I would agree with you. But then what's wrong with that, right? And I don't think we should hold that against the scriptwriter or the creative team to wanting to push the story towards a better, sort of more upbeat, better outlook version of the what could have happened to all the characters after they've gone through what they've gone through. Obviously, in real life, not everything works out that perfectly or that positively. Things can be very bad. It can end very tragic. As you watch the drama, you kind of feel like, you know, like where all those characters are going. And I think it's a very satisfying ending for the audiences who have gone through this ride. And if you have grown to care about those characters, you actually really feel good. I don't have a problem with that. If they actually did a darker version of the ending, I would not have a problem with that either. I think both versions are very valid. As long as they're well done, in terms of a storytelling perspective, they're both those sort of type of ending would make absolute sense. And if you have already seen this drama, what do you think? Do you agree with what I've said? Do you think it really is, you know, either one of the best or the best drama? So actually this year, in terms of all the dramas I've seen so far, regardless of their nationality and language, the two dramas that kind of just hit me hardest are Chernobyl and The World Between Us, both from HBO. Just very good at picking absolutely psychologically scary and horrendous stuff to look at, but so well made. Okay, I've talked too much. It's irrelevant to this drama. My recommendation, go check out this drama. It's really worth your time. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.